Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about my top rose fragrances for spring. If you want to hear what they are, keep watching. Before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, and thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and activate that notification bell. And without further ado, let's jump right in. I've put together my top rose fragrance picks for spring and summertime. As we get into warmer weather, I like my rose fragrances not to be very dense or thick. I like for them to be on the lighter side. My first rose fragrance pick is Dirham Wardi by Zaafaran. This is a very inexpensive fragrance. I think I paid under $40 for this. I don't know what the price is now. I bought this last year. Some of the notes in this are orange blossom, rose, pear, black currant, jasmine, there's praline, there's vanilla. This is so light, so refreshing. Despite being a light fragrance, this has really good performance. This stays on my skin and projects like crazy. When I'm wearing this one out and about, I get so many compliments on this one. People are always asking me what fragrance you have on, you smell so good. This really projects and it leaves a beautiful, intoxicating sillage. Despite the fact that this has a praline note, which could lean very gourmand and sweet, this is not a very sweet fragrance, and I would not classify this one as a gourmand. This is very perfumey. It doesn't smell edible in any way, shape, or form. This is your delicate, feminine rose. It's fruity, floral, creamy, and the tonka bean and vanilla definitely lends it a sweetness and a creaminess, but it's never heavy. It doesn't wear heavy on the skin. It's a very bright, light, crisp, refreshing fragrance. You really get those juicy pear and black currant notes. This one could be worn all spring and summer long. You do not need to overspray this one. It performs beautifully. This could totally be worn in the daytime, at nighttime. This is good for all occasions. This is a great, everyday, versatile type of scent. Dirham Wardi by Zaafaran. The next fragrance I have is Idole Intense by Lancome. This fragrance has mandarin orange. There's two types of roses: jasmine, musk, cashmere wood, patchouli, Madagascar vanilla, and sandalwood. I have put such a dent into this one. I keep saying I'm going to buy a bigger bottle, and I just never get to it. This is a fruity, woody, floral, clean smelling type of rose. You definitely get that rose in there. It's prominent, but it's a young rose. It's a playful rose. It's not a thick, dense, serious rose. You get hints of patchouli. This is a very light, airy patchouli. This is not an earthy patchouli. It does give it its lasting power. This one does not need to be oversprayed. This stays on my skin all day long. I go in with about 4 sprays and it's good. It's very clean smelling without being soapy. The musk in this also gives it a sensuality. This fragrance leaves a gorgeous, intoxicating scent trail. When I walk by people wearing this, I do get stopped and asked what I'm wearing. This one is so good for spring and summertime because of its refreshing qualities. This is one that you can definitely wear on hot days, but maybe more into nighttime, maybe more on date nights, going out to eat. Idole Intense by Lancome. This next spring summer fragrance I have in my lineup is talked about here on YouTube quite a lot, and it's Florabotanica by Balenciaga. This is such a fresh, crisp scent. This has notes of mint. There's rose, there's carnation, there's cannabis. This has a really nice vetiver base that gives this an earthiness. The combination of that mint and cannabis make this crisp, fresh, and green smelling. This is a green rose. This smells aquatic, earthy, fresh, and this smells like a dewy rose garden after it rains. Such a beautiful fragrance. I do not recommend overspraying this because when you do, the cannabis note becomes more pronounced. I usually don't pick it up on my skin, but a few times that I did go in really heavy, I was able to smell it. If you don't care for that note, just don't overspray. This has great performance. It doesn't need to be oversprayed. Of course, I don't take my own advice and I go in heavy. I feel like this is such a perfect springtime scent. It's beautiful, it's feminine, it's floral. This is also great going into summertime. Florabotanica by Balenciaga. The next fragrance I have in my lineup is a newer one to my collection, and this is Musc Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. I have put such a dent into this fragrance, if you could see right there. I've been unable to put this down. Even though I'm wearing a different fragrance, towards evening time, I end up putting this one on. And I just wear it throughout the day sometimes, but I have to give my other fragrances a chance. So sometimes I have to really force myself to put this down. That says a lot about how much I love the scent. This is the only Narciso Rodriguez besides my ombre cube that works on my skin. The musk in here is very toned down. It's very friendly on my skin. There's notes of plum, bergamot, pink pepper, musk, there's rose, and vanilla. The plum in this is very light. It's not your dense, thick, rich type of plum. This is more of a bright plum because of that bergamot. I think it complements the plum in here so nicely. This is a very light scent. It's very sensual. It smells absolutely intoxicating. This is a little bit sweet. It's inviting. The vanilla gives it a little bit of sweetness with that plum. I do have to overspray this one. If I spray this on my clothes, it will stay for about 7 hours. So I've been spraying this on my clothes, on my skin. I've really been going in heavy and overspraying this fragrance. It smells delicious. I mean, it smells amazing. This will be perfect for those warm spring and summer days because it doesn't get too cloying and it's not a heavy scent. It's very light, very airy. I find it to be extremely feminine, flirty, and sensual. This is Musc Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. This next fragrance is L'Extase Caresse de Roses by Nina Ricci. This is one I don't hear a lot about here on YouTube. This one doesn't get a lot of hype, a lot of love. I know that the other fragrances from that line are very much loved and talked about. This is another one of Francis Kurkdjian's creations. And this is absolutely divine. This one has been compared to A La Rose by Mason Francis Kurkdjian. It's said to be a dupe. This one has bergamot, pear. There's 2 types of roses. Peony, lily of the valley. There's also a note of raspberry. This is your juicy, fresh, crisp rose experience. This is a bit watery. This one really shines on the skin in warmer temperatures. And spring and summer are the perfect times to wear this one. It's a beautiful young rose which is just starting to bloom. You get the juiciness and some sweetness from the pear. I always find a combination of pear and rose absolute perfection. I find this to be a very youthful, playful scent. This is great for daytime wear in spring and summer. This fragrance is really affordable. Again, this is L'Extase Caresse de Roses by Nina Ricci. I couldn't do this lineup without this next fragrance, which is Gris Dior by Christian Dior. This one is raved about here on YouTube and with great reason. This is a beautiful rose scent. This has notes of rose, bergamot, oak moss, there's patchouli. This also has some woody notes in the dry down. This smells clean, crisp. It smells very sophisticated. It smells very refined. The patchouli gives it that extra edge and sophistication. This could easily be one signature scent. This is absolutely beautiful in spring and summertime. I feel like it really shines during those months because this is not a serious rose. This is not a red rose which is in full bloom. Again, this is a little bit watery, crisp, fresh. The patchouli is a fresh patchouli. This smells very feminine and elegant. Gris Dior by Christian Dior. This next fragrance also comes from the house of Christian Dior, and this is Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming. This is another one of those beautiful rose fruit fragrances. There's notes of raspberry, blackcurrant, pomegranate, there's rose. It smells youthful, flirty, fun. This is a sweet, fruity, fresh rose experience. It's a playful and feminine spring and summer type of scent. I feel like this is a great transitional scent going into spring and then going into summer. Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming by Christian Dior. This next fragrance I have here is Flamenco by Ramon Monegal. And this is another beautiful rose experience. There's notes of apple, there's violet, there's raspberry, there's iris, jasmine, there's amber. This is another great fruity rose experience. This one is very juicy. This one is sweet. I would recommend wearing this one in the evenings. This is an evening nighttime type of fragrance. If you're going out to dinner and a date night or for an evening stroll, this would be a perfect one for the spring and the summertime. This also has hints of woodiness. There's some green touches here. It smells, again, fresh and crisp, but this is more of a nighttime fresh scent than the other ones I have mentioned. This is one I would wear on a date night, going out to dinner. Flamenco by Ramon Monegal. This next fragrance I have here is a new one to my collection, and this is Delina La Rosee by Parfums Dimarli. This is such a beautiful rose, surrounded by lychee, pear, bergamot. You get those juicy fruits again with the rose. This smells watery, aquatic. This fragrance is not watered down. You're certainly getting all those notes. This does have the Delina DNA, but it's a more fresh, wearable version of it, especially in the hot summer days. When Delina becomes too cloyingly sweet, this is a good option. This is a good one to go to. It just smells very refreshing. I can douse myself in this one and it won't be too much. This doesn't have a very good performance. It does lack in that department, but I just overspray. I go in heavy with it. This just exudes femininity. It's girly. It's a very playful scent. It's bright. It's crisp. It's youthful. This smells so divine. I can totally see myself wearing this on really hot summer days and just feeling refreshed, feeling shower clean, but smelling perfumey. I have also layered this with my Delina exclusive, and the two work together beautifully, especially during the spring before it gets too hot out. And Delina exclusive really helps with the longevity. So that's my layering combo. Delina La Rosee by Parfums Dimarli. This next fragrance is Gold Coast by Bond No. 9. I just love this bottle. And this is another fresh rose scent. This has notes of lychee, red apple, rose, apricot, there's watermelon, there's musk, cedar, and vanilla. So this has a really nice base of that musk and cedar, which supports this composition and gives it some lasting power. This one does have good performance despite being a fruity floral. I especially love the watermelon note in here. Watermelon is very refreshing. It's aquatic. This one will be my best friend on those really hot days. It's a fruity, aquatic, ozonic, tropical smelling rose. It's a fresh, light, and playful scent. I love the scent so much. I'm getting that pronounced, delicious, juicy watermelon note, which I'm really attracted to. I'm so drawn to this. I'm happy to have this humongous bottle because I will be dousing myself in this when the weather gets hot. This will work beautifully from spring going into scorching summer heat. Again, this is Gold Coast by Bond No. 9. This next fragrance is Roses Greedy by Mancera. This has blackcurrant, mandarin orange, there's coconut, there's pink pepper, rose, jasmine, sugar, vanilla, and amber. Don't let the sugar note scare you because this fragrance is not very sweet. The sweetness in this comes more from that blackcurrant, the peach. I pick up on the rose, I pick up on the jasmine. And the combination of the two is so nice. There's a hint of pink pepper, which works really well with the rose. It's very fresh from those tropical touches. It smells breezy and crisp and juicy, refreshing. It's a very elegant yet playful scent. This scent is not too serious. This is a good one to wear going from day into evening. It's a transitional scent. It's very versatile. You can wear this throughout the entire spring and most of the summer. I don't think I would put this on really hot days. If I would go in with a few sprays because, you know, Manceras are infamous for being very heavy. They're very good performers. This is no exception. This one does not need to be oversprayed. I just go in 4 times, my pulse points, and I'm done and I'm good. I'm out the door. I don't need to spend too much time. It's just a beautiful, intoxicating scent. The combination of these notes are so good together. They form such a great balanced composition. I absolutely love this. Roses Greedy by Mancera. This completes my video for today. Please let me know down in the comments below what are some of your favorite spring and summer rose fragrances. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.